Welcome to another On Deck Baseball gameplay video. Today is actually a treat for me. I'm getting to dive back into my CBA, the Continental Baseball Alliance. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been watching all of you guys posting stuff about your leagues and upcoming leagues, and frankly I've been getting a little jealous and I haven't had enough time to set aside for my CBA. But today is the day I get it on the table, and I'm glad that you guys get to join me. Today we're going to have a matchup between the Knights from the American Conference and the Comets from the National Conference. The Knights are in second place in the American, trailing the Gators by 5 games. They're tied with the Bulls for second place, and in fourth is the Phantoms. Over in the National Conference, the Comets are in second place with a record of 22-24. The Wolves are leading the pack in that conference with a record of 27-19. If you guys can, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment below. This is the fictional version of On Deck Baseball, so if you're new here and getting to check out this game or this version of the game for the first time, welcome, and I think you'll enjoy it. So on the mound for the Comets, we have Neil Sydenham. Sydenham is a record 2-2 holder with a 5.6 ERA, a 1.56 WHIP. That is across 8 starts. He's a record 2-2, as I mentioned. For the Knights, we have Morgan Young. Young, a little bit better here. He's a record 3-1 holder with that is in 8 starts as well, but a 1.59 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP. So it seems as though the Knights will have a slight edge in this game. As far as the lineups go, the Comets are healthy, except for they did lose their first baseman at the very beginning of the season, Teddy Calhoun. He was out for 53 games, so he won't be back anytime soon. And getting the start for him is Jeremy Reed, who is a rookie. Over on the Knights lineup, they are pretty healthy, except for the fact that George Gabriel took a hit in my pregame fatigue check, so he won't be available for the game up until the 5th inning anyway. He can come in the 6th. And they also are showcasing Millard McClure, who has been traded for by the Knights from the Phantoms, and since coming over he has made quite the impact. He is batting .480 for the Knights, a .339 batting average overall on the season. So we're going to go ahead and dive in and get first pitch going. We're going to switch these pitchers around here. And we are going to have first pitch as the Comets visit the Knights here on what is May 30th on my schedule. So Morgan Young is a lefty. I do always put the little shortcut for myself down there so I can keep these pitchers with the back of the card facing up. Alright, Morgan Young is a lefty, and Oak is a righty. Mike Oak is the leadoff man for the Comets. He's got a .219 batting average, a .271 on base. He does have 13 stolen bases to just 1 caught stealing. Alright, so he's a righty. It's going to be -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Young. I will be reading a blue die first. We have a 3-4, which is a strikeout, so right away, 1 gone here in the top of the first. Clayton Bernard now coming to the plate. Bernard a little bit better, .239 batting average, .349 on base. This is not a very great batting average team. There are a few players on the team that are above .250 though. All right, so lefty versus lefty, we got a -2. It's going to be a batter's card now for Bernard. 310 though is going to be a flyout. Flyout's going to go to right, 2 away here, top 1. And here comes Tim Gibson. Gibson, a .257 hitter, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, but he's got 21 runs scored for the Comets. Righty versus lefty, so it's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Gibson. 8-2 is a walk, so Gibson is aboard. And now comes up the Comets' big bat, Logan Bennett. Bennett having a pretty good season. He's batting .302, 6 home runs, 38 RBIs on the season. That's in 172 at-bats. Lefty versus lefty here. It's going to be -2. And Bennett gets the batter's card. A 1-6, though, is not going to do much, as that's a flyout and going to end the inning as he flies out to right field. So 3 away, and up come the Knights. Tommy Alcova, the leadoff man for the Knights. He's batting .274, on base percentage .345. He's got 8 stolen bases and has scored 31 runs on the season. The Knights trying their best to catch up to the Gators. See if this game helps them out at all. And it is a -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Sydenham. 6-7 is a walk. Alcova is aboard. Antonio Reyna is the catcher for the Comets. He only has a 2 arm. I think we're going to try and get Alcova in scoring position here. He's got a 2 jump against a 2 hold by Sydenham. It's an equal roll on a confrontation for a jump. He does get it, and he's going to try and steal second here on a 2 arm. He's got an 8% chance of making it, and 9, and he does. Alcova swipes second base and is in scoring position for Millard McClure, who I mentioned is batting .480 since coming over to the Knights, and a .339 batting average overall. He does have 1 home run. He's got 30 RBIs and 20 runs scored on the season. The Phantoms weren't having a very good season, and they decided to unload him and got a treasure trove of prospects from the Knights. All right, so righty versus righty, it's equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card for Sydenham. 8-5. His hot bat continues. He will get a base hit. Alcova will round third. He's waved home. The ball will come into second to hold McClure at first, and he has himself an RBI single as the Knights take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second early on. Anthony Summers coming to the plate. Summers, he is a .333 hitter. That's only in 27 at-bats. He's started seeing some at-bats, taking some ABs away from some other players. He is a -1. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-2 is a strikeout. So 1 away now. Man on first, and up comes John Garland. Garland, 7 home runs, 31 RBIs, a .281 hitter on the season. It's going to be +3 on the roll. That is a pitcher's card. 2-5 is going to be a flyout. So he lifts one, but it doesn't get quite far enough as he will fly out to left, and there's 2 away, and up comes Ruben Valenzuela. Valenzuela, the catcher for the Knights, 3 home runs, 22 RBIs, .279 batter. -1, and that's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-4 is a ground out, and that is going to do it for the Knights as he grounds out to short, but the damage is done as the Knights are up 1-0 on an RBI, a base hit by Millard McClure. That's going to bring up Antonio Reyna now. Reyna, pretty good catcher. He's got some pop. Average defender. He does have that weaker arm, though. Lefty versus lefty is going to be equal. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Morgan Young. 7-4 is a base hit, so Reyna is aboard. And rookie, Jeremy Reed. I don't know how you guys play it out, and I tried to make sure that I have a good selection of last names that don't double up too often, but Reed is, of course, another name for a big bat in the Drillers lineup, Martin Reed, so I play it that these guys are brothers. So we'll see if Jeremy Reed can live up to his brother's potential. Reed currently sitting at a .261 average with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs on the season. Lefty versus lefty, -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 2-6 is a flyout, so he gets 1 in the air, but Lyle Good is going to get under it for the first out of the inning. And Moser coming to the plate. Shortstop for the Comets. Moser, a .226 hitter with 2 home runs. He has man on with 1 out. He is a righty. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Moser. 4-1 is a strikeout. And up step the third baseman, Jan Stuckey. Stuckey only has 82 at-bats on the season, but he's making the most of it. He's batting .329 with 7 doubles. Righty versus lefty, it's going to be equal roll, and that's a batter's card for Stuckey. 6-7 is a base hit. There are 2 away, and Reyna is going to only end up at second. I can chance third. Let's see where that ball goes. It's going to go to left. Left fielder's arm, Garland, is just a 2, but going to third on that is going to be quite risky. We're going to have first and second with 2 away, and here comes Kurt Griffin. Griffin is shortstop, 59 at-bats on the season, only batting 186. Sorry, he's the second baseman. So it's going to be lefty versus lefty. It's -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Griffin. 1-8 is going to be a flyout, and that flyout is going to go to right. So that'll do it. They threaten a little bit, get 2 men on, but they do not score as the Knights still lead 1-0, and up comes Jack Hicks. Jack Hicks also came over in that trade. He took over the first base duties a couple of games ago. He's so far 2 for 5. He's batting .400 for the Knights. And Sydenham, of course, is a righty. It's going to be -2. That's going to be a batter's card for Hicks. 2-3, though, is a strikeout. He's down quick. And here comes Martin Figueroa. He's taken the ABs for Gabriel in this game. Figueroa, 10 for 25 on the season. He's batting .400. He's got 3 RBIs, so he's made the most of his at-bats as well. -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-7 is a walk. So the third batter to reach base for the Knights. In the game, we have 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. John Rowe coming to the plate. John Rowe seems to be a fan favorite. He's batting .259, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. And it's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Rowe. 5-7 is going to be a pop out, though. He gets jammed, and he pops it up to third base for the second out of the inning. Up steps Lyle Good. -2 on the roll. He's got a batter's card. 1-5, though, is going to strike him out. Third out for the Knights here in the bottom of the second. We'll shoot over to the top of the third. Top of the order coming up. Mike Oak 0 for 1 with a strikeout. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Young. Young, 5-5, is going to be a lineout to third base. 1 away here, top 3. Clayton Bernard, he's 0 for 1, flew out to right in his first at-bat, and it's going to be -2. That's a batter's card for Bernard. 2-5, it's going to be a flyout, and that flyout will go to right. So far Young pretty much in control. He's allowed a few base runners, but nothing too bad, and it's going to be +1 on a roll for Gibson, and that's a pitcher's card. 8-2 is a ground out. Ground out going to first base as Hicks will take it himself for the third out of the top of the third, and that's going to go now to the top of the order here in the bottom of the third for the Knights. Alcova reached on a walk, stole second, and scored on the RBI single by Millard McClure. Righty versus righty. It's going to be equal. Sorry, it's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-3 is a ground out. Sneaks in a ground out there. Third base, 5-3, and here comes McClure. RBI single as mentioned in the bottom of the first. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-10 is a walk. McClure continues to reach base since coming over in that trade. Anthony Summers comes to the plate 0 for 1 with a K. -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Summers. 6-6 is a base hit. McClure will end up over at second on a short single, and we're going to have Joe Garland coming to the plate 0 for 1 with a flyout. He's got 2 men on and 1 away here. Left-handed batter. It's going to be +3 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Garland. 3-6, though, is going to get him out as he gets jammed and pops it out. That pop-out's going to go to short. 2 away now. 2 men on, and Valenzuela coming to the plate. -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-7 is a walk, and that is going to load the bases here with 2 away, and Jack Hicks coming to the plate. -2. It's going to be a pitcher's card. Can Sydenham get out of this? 6-2. He does. It's a ground ball, That ground ball is going to be a weak dribbler up to the catcher. Rainier reins it in and shoots it over to Reed at first for the final out of the inning. 3 away. We head over to the top of the 4th now. Logan Bennett leading off. Morgan Young still pitching strong. -2. It's going to be a pitcher's card for Young. 3-3 is a strikeout. Reyna coming to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single. It's going to be equal. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-7 is a flyout. Flyout goes to center. We're 1 out away from rolling on the Poise Happy Face chart for Morgan Young. Jeremy Reed coming to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. -1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-6 is going to be a flyout. That flyout is going to go to right, and we get to roll on Morgan Young's Poise chart. Happy Face to see if he gets an increase, which would be very good since he's coming up on his last inning of fatigue. He does not get it, though. So we'll have to see next inning. Since he only has a stamina of 4, we're going to roll on that fatigue chart at the beginning of the next inning. Now, here comes Figueroa. Figueroa walked in the 2nd inning, leading off here in the bottom of the 4th. Righty versus righty, it's -1. That is a batter's card for Figueroa. 3-9 is a ground out, and that ground out is going to go to short. John Rowe coming to the plate. It's equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Rowe. 7-10 is a base hit. He is aboard with 1 away, and up comes Lyle Good. Lyle Good, the Knights center fielder, a 178 hitter in 101 at-bats. So he is not doing too well. He struck out in his first at-bat here in the bottom of the 2nd. -2. That's going to be a batter's card. 4-6 is a pop-out. He gets jammed, and that pop-out's going to go to short, so his batting woes continue. And we head to the top of the order. Tommy Alcova with a man on first and 2 away. -1. That's going to be a batter's card. A 1-6, though, is going to be a possible error. So we're going to roll on the same matrix, see where this error possibly goes. A 7-7 is on a base hit to center field. That is Gibson. Going to roll on his primary chart, I believe. Yep, his primary chart. A 7 is a 2-base error. John Rowe is going to score. Alcova gets the single, but he'll end up on 3rd because of the error. And he will get an RBI as the Knights take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. And up steps Millard McClure now with 2 away and a man on 3rd. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 2-6. Looks like Sydenham will finally get McClure an out, and that will be a fly out to left. That will do it here in the bottom of the 4th. Heading to the top of the 5th, we are going to have to check the fatigue chart now for Young. We're going to have to do the same for Sydenham next, but he is a stamina max 4 innings. I'm going to roll on this first inning past his max stam. Roll a 7, which is no change. So that's good news for the Knights, and if he also gets a 1-2-3 inning, he'll get an automatic increase too, which will help him stay in the game even longer. So Moser stepping up to the plate. Young still the same. It's going to be righty versus lefty, which is equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Moser. 1-7 and a possible error. That is going to be on a 9-9, which is a double. And the double is going to be going to center field. This is going to be a check on Lyle Good. So the 1-2-3 inning will not happen. And we'll see how much damage is going to be done by this error. Roll 1, no damage at all. Lyle Good, while he's not hitting good, he is a 5 fielder. So he makes the play there. But there is a man on second to lead off the top of the 5th. Jan Stuckey comes to the plate as the Comets are trying to look to capitalize on this leadoff double. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a batter's card for Stuckey. 2-9 is a ground ball. It may advance a runner, but it does not. It's a 6-3. Runner will stay over at second base. And up comes Kurt Griffin, second baseman. It's going to be lefty versus lefty. -1. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-10 is another ground ball. This time it's going to go to second, so it will advance the runner to third, and we have a man on third, top of the order coming up. And it's going to be -1 on the roll for Oak. We have a batter's card for Mike Oak. A 10-8 is going to be a double. Oak is going to get that run in as he gets an RBI double with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, and up comes Bernard with a man in scoring position and 2 away. Lefty versus lefty, -2. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-6 though is going to get Young out of the inning. It's going to be a fly out, and that fly out is going to go to right. That's going to bring up the Knights here in the bottom of the 5th with Anthony Summers leading off. We do have to roll on Sydenham now with max innings of 4. Roll 1 die, and that is a no change. So with that, we have Summers leading off now, righty versus righty. It's -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 1-3 is a strikeout, so Summers now 1 for 3 with 2 Ks in that single. Joe Garland coming to the plate, 0 for 2. He is a +3 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 2-8 is a ground ball, and that is going to go back to the pitcher, a 1-3 for the second out of the inning. Ruben Valenzuela coming now to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a single. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-9 is a walk. Valenzuela reaches for the second time in the game, and it's going to bring up Hicks, who is 0 for 2. -2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-1 is a strikeout. That will end the bottom half of the 5th inning, and we are now going to go over to the top of the 6th and have to roll on Young on his second inning passed. We roll a 3, which is no change. Some more good news for the Knights. Alright, Tim Gibson now leading off. It's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Young. 8-5 is a base hit. Leadoff single. Nobody out. Nope steps. Logan Bennett. He can put the Comets ahead with 1 swing of the bat. Let's see what happens. -2 on the roll, though. That's harsh. That is a batter's card. Let's see what we get here. A 6-9 is going to be a base hit. So he does make contact. Gibson's going to stay at second. We have first and second Antonio Reyna coming up and nobody out. Comets looking for a big inning here. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 3-9 is a ground ball. We got a possible double play here with 2 slow runners on the bases. It goes to second. Alcova is a 5. Bennett is already out. That's a 4-6 as Gibson trots over to third. And the shortstop is Rowe, who is a 5 as well. And he needs a 1 to reach first. And he gets it. Hey, wow. Fielder's choice as Reyna will reach on a 4-6. We have first and third. Probably one of the best up the middle defenses, probably with the Gators. And the Knights just cannot turn the double play. Only a 10% chance of that happening. Jeremy Reed coming to the plate now. Left-handed batter with first and third and 1 away. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-9 is a ground out. Another chance for a double play here. I was not playing the infield in. I wanted to try and get the double play. We're going to see where that ball goes. And it goes to shortstop, who is a 5. Reyna is already out. On the turn is Alcova trying to get Reed at first. He's a 5 as well, a 20% chance this time. He does not get it, so a 6-4-3 will end the threat. And the top of the 6th, and we head over now to the bottom of the 6th. We got to roll on Sydenham's second inning, trying to keep him in. We roll an 8, which is a -1. Brings him down to a 1-3, and this could get interesting. Figueroa coming to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. He's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Figueroa. 7-2 is going to be a flyout. Flyout to center field. John Rowe coming up. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. It's going to be +1. That goes up to a batter's card for Rowe. 9-4 is a walk. He reaches. We have a man on first, 1 away. Lyle Good coming to the plate, looking for some hits right at Good. He needs it. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-1 is a ground out. Possible double play here. The ground ball goes to short. Moser is the shortstop. He is a 5. Rowe is already out on a 6-4. The second baseman on a turn, Griffin, is a 4. And a 60% chance that he is out. We roll a 4 and he makes it. So he makes it on a fielder's choice. 6-4 as he beats out the turn. And we're going to head back up to the top of the order, and Tommy Alcova coming to plate with 1 on and 2 away. Equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Alcova. A 3-8, though, is going to get Sydenham out of the inning, and that's going to be a fly out to center. So after 6, we have the Knights up 2-0. Both starters are still in the game, but we may make a change here now, heading into the top of the 7th. Moser is going to be coming up. We're on our 3rd inning past. He's got pretty good numbers. Let's see. Let's take the roll here. A 3 is no change. Morgan Young staying energized. Jeff Moser coming to the plate. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a batter's card for Moser. 5-9 is a ground ball, and that is going to be a 3-U for the first out of the inning. Jan Stuckey now coming to the plate. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-7 is a ground ball. And that goes to, a little dribbler out in front of the plate. Valenzuela is going to pick it up and shoot it over to Hicks for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Kurt Griffin. Griffin, left-handed batter. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Griffin. 4-10 is a situation. We're going to have to get our book here. And hopefully the Knights don't get an injury. So we're going to look at our situation matrix right here. We're going to roll 1 red and 1 blue die. And it is a 6-8, which is going to be on the shortstop. The shortstop is Rowe. We'll roll 1 die. And we roll a 6. It is a possible injury. Batter hits a liner to right field and tries to stretch the base hit into a double. Right fielder's arm plus roll is less than 6. The batter is out at second. So the right fielder is Figueroa. He only has a 1 arm. That is not good. So we need to roll, let's see, if it's less than 6, the batter is out at second. So we need to roll a 6 or less. And we do. So we get a base hit by Griffin, but he is thrown out by Figueroa trying to stretch it into a double. And 9-6 will end the inning. But the situation continues. When the batter slides into second base, his spikes lacerate the shortstop's ankle, causing a severe cut and bruise. Not good news. We do get to roll to see if he passes the injury check. So it's going to be on his legs. The legs are a +4 against a -2, so it's a +2 on a confrontation roll. We roll an 8. Thank goodness he is not injured, but he does need to come out of the game to check on that injury. So we're going to have to look for a shortstop. Luck has it that I just turned to one, as Alfonso Diaz will be coming into the game for the last few innings as a replacement for John Rowe. That is going to hurt their defense, As Rowe was a 5 defender, Diaz is just a 2. He is a switch hitter, but his batting attributes are very low. And with that, we head over to the bottom of the 7th. Sydenham still on the mound, but we are going to have to give a check here. And you know what? He's just going to be coming out. So if he gets a deficit, he'll have to come out anyway. All right, so Sydenham going back in the book. Going to have to check our reliever status here. We need a couple of innings at least. Let's see who's been performing good here for them. Prosser has been quite good. Can't use black anyway, so it looks like Ty Prosser is going to be coming in the game to pitch for the Comets. Young still in so far for the Knights. And it's going to be Millard McClure leading off against the new pitcher. Prosser can go 3. He is a lefty, so they'll start seeing a lefty arm. And it is going to be +2 to McClure. That's going to be a batter's card for McClure. A 9-6, and his bat just continues to lace base hits. We have a man on first with nobody out. Anthony Summers coming to the plate. It's going to be +1. That's a pitcher's card. 5-1 is a strikeout. So Prosser gets Summers out. His 3rd K of the game, that is for Summers. And up comes Joe Garland, 0 for 3. Garland is a lefty. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a batter's card for Garland. 8-10 is a home run. Joe Garland gets a low to 1, and he belts it into deep center for a 2-run shot, as McClure will score on that jack. And that is Garland's 8th home run and his 32nd and 33rd RBI on the season, putting the Knights up 4-1. So Prosser comes into the game immediately met with a Joe Garland blast, and that is going to bring up Ruben Valenzuela. It's going to be +2 on the roll. That's a batter's card for Valenzuela. 5-7 is going to be a ground ball, and the grounder is going to go over to third. 5-3. Up comes Jack Hicks. He is 0 for 3. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a batter's card for Hicks. 9-6 is a base hit. So Prosser coming in and not handling these Knights bats. Up comes Figueroa, who had that big assist last inning. And he is 0 for 2 with a walk in the game. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-10 is a walk. Prosser not handling the pressure here. Alfonso Diaz coming in for his first at-bat of the game. Diaz, it is actually his first at-bats of the season. Rowe has seen every single at-bat at short for the Knights. So let's see if Diaz can get a hit here. He is a switch hitter. He's batting righty. It's going to be -2. It's going to be a pitcher's card. A 3-8 is not going to do it. That's a ground ball. It's going to get them out of the inning as it goes to short, a 6-3. And we head now over to the top of the 8th. The Knights put a 2 spot up on the board by the blast of Joe Garland. Mike Oak coming to the plate. Morgan Young, we're going to have to roll on his 4th inning passed. We roll a 5, which is a -2. It's going to put him down to a 2-1. We're going to keep him in the game. Let's see. Probably won't pitch the 9th, though. Alright, so righty versus lefty here now is a +1. That's going to be a batter's card for Oak. 8-6 is a base hit. 2nd hit of the game for Oak. Clayton Bernard coming up. Young is going to have a short leash in this inning. They are up by 3. Lefty versus lefty. It's equal roll. That's a batter's card for Bernard. 5-3 is a strikeout. Tim Gibson comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. It's going to be +3. That's a pitcher's card. 9-7 is a base hit. Oh, because that's second. We have 1 away and a first and second with Logan Bennett coming up. This could be dangerous. The left-handed batter against a lefty pitcher. It's going to be a 2-2, so it's an equal roll in a confrontation. We're going to let Young try to get out of this. It is a pitcher's card. A 10-4 is a line out. Got a chance for a double up here. Line out goes to third, so no chance on the double up, and then it's 2 away. Antonio Reyna coming to the plate. Reyna 1 for 3. It's going to be +2 on the roll. That is a batter's card. Can Reyna do it for the Comets? 8-3 is a ground out. That ground ball is going to go to first. A 3-U by Hicks is going to end the top of the 8th with the Knights still up 4-1. We now head over to the bottom of the order. Lyle Good coming to the plate against Ty Prosser, who had a hard time last inning allowing that jack by Garland, the 2-run shot. It's going to be equal roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card for Prosser. 6-1 is a strikeout. Heading to the top of the order now, Alcova coming to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI, a run scored, a walk, and a stolen base. He's had an active game, and it's going to be equal roll. It's a pitcher's card. 8-8 is a base hit. I don't think we're going to try and steal. So we got McClure coming up now with man on first and 1 away. It's going to be +2. That's going to go up to a batter's card from McClure. 8-6. Another base hit. McClure just shredding the ball lately. First and second now. Summers coming up and 1 away. It's going to be +1. That's a batter's card for Summers. 1-5 is going to be a ground ball. Chance at a double play here. A ground ball is going to go to short. Shortstop Moser is a 5. A 5 on McClure. He's already out. Alcova is going to end up at third. So that is a 6-4. And Summers on the turn, second base Griffin, is a 4. We roll a 3 and he reaches. So Summers reaches on the fielder's choice. Both teams having trouble securing a double play as now Garland comes up. Can he do some more damage? First and third, 2 away, and he is an equal roll. And that's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-6, though, is a base hit. Alcova is going to score. Summers is at third, and we got a chance to try and score. That Garland hit is going to go to left. The left fielder, Bernard, a forearm. I don't think we're going to try that. No. So an RBI single for Garland as he comes through again. His third RBI in 2 innings. And we now have first and third, and that is 3 runs against Prosser. We're going to have to roll on a sad face poise here. So not a good chance of him escaping this. 5 is a -1, so he goes down to a 3-2. Ruben Valenzuela coming to the plate. There is 2 away, but first and third. And it's going to be +3. That's going to be a batter's card for Valenzuela. 4-10 is a base hit. The Knights now just laying it on as Summers will come around to score. Garland's going to be at third, and it's an RBI single for Valenzuela. Jack Hicks coming to the plate now. Equal roll. It's going to be a batter's card for Hicks. 2-3 will get Prosser out of the inning on a K. So it is now, with that 2 spot, a score of 6-1 heading into the top of the 9th. 3 outs away from a Knights victory, and it looks as though Young is going to come out. Can't take a chance on another hit for his card. But it is not a save opportunity, so we will not be seeing Roberson coming in, who hasn't been really great as a closer this season anyway. Rodriguez is rested. He has a 1.13 ERA. It looks like Rodriguez is going to be the man to come in. Lucio Rodriguez, that is. And a pretty decent card here. As he will be facing Jeremy Reed to kick off the top of the ninth. Rodriguez can go one inning. He is a righty. It's a 3-3. Alright, lefty versus righty. It's going to be -1. That's going to be a pitcher's card for Rodriguez. 8-5 is a base hit. Reed is aboard. Nobody out. Moser coming to the plate. He is a righty. So righty versus righty -1. That's a pitcher's card. 7-5 is a ground ball. See if they can turn to deuce this time. The ground ball goes to second. The second baseman is Alcova, who is a 5. Reed is already out on the 4-6. Diaz, now remember he replaced Rowe, so he's not as good a defender. He's at 2 on Moser. Well, it's 50-50 here. A 9 and they turn it. 4-6-3. As Diaz makes the turn, and there are 2 away here in the top of the ninth. Comets down to their last out. Jan Stuckey comes to the plate. Nobody aboard. It's going to be equal roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 7-7, and they stay alive as Stuckey gets the walk. Griffin comes to the plate. Left-handed batter. He's 1 for 3. It's going to be +1. That's a pitcher's card. 3-6 is going to do it. That's a ground ball. That ground ball is going to go to first base. Hicks is going to scoop it up. He's going to shoot it over to Rodriguez for the final out of the game as the Knights take this one 6-1 on the big bat of Joe Garland, who went 2 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBIs with that run scored. But I think I actually have to give the player of the game to Morgan Young. Morgan Young pitched 8 innings, allowing just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. So not just 8, but 8 hits, while striking out 1, 2, 3, 4 batters, just allowing the 1 run. So Morgan Young is your player of the game, holding down the mound for the Knights. Let's do some of your box score statistics here. Actually, I think I'll do the pitching first. So we're going to go ahead and put our pitchers back in as Prosser goes back in here. Prosser only pitched 2 innings as Sydenham pitched 6. Sydenham will take the loss. Prosser a no decision. And Sydenham allowed 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, allowing just 1 run. Most of those runs were scored off of Prosser. Sorry, 2 runs. While walking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Striking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. And he faced 9, 18, 27, 28 batters, allowing no home runs. Prosser, though, not a great outing. He allows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits in 2 innings, allowing 4 runs. All of those earned. And walking 1 while striking out 3. And he faced 14 batters, allowing a 1 home run. On the Knights side, Morgan Young gets the win. Rodriguez will get a hold. And he went 8 innings for Young, allowing those 8 hits, just 1 run, walking 1 batter. Striking out 1, 2, 3, 4 batters. He faced 9, 18, 27, 32. No home runs. Rodriguez comes in for that last inning. Allowed 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk. Didn't strike out any. Pitched a 4. All right, so with that, going into the book, we're going to knock off Klein 1, McCarthy 1, Black 1. Price will come back fully rested now. Sydenham, You get 1 for the appearance, and he pitched with a -1 during the game. That puts him at 2, and then you also get -1 for every 3 innings, so he will go in the book as 4 since he pitched in 6 innings. Prosser will get 1 for the appearance, but he did not pitch 3 innings, so he does not get 1 there. On the night side, I'm going to go ahead and put Rodriguez back in. Going to knock off 1 here for each pitcher that didn't come in. That's Henderson, Maddox, Yates, Edmonds, and Evans. And going into the book is going to be Young. He did not take any hits during the game, so he gets 1 for appearance. And then 8 innings, so he'll get 2 there. So that's 3. And then Rodriguez will get 1 for the appearance. And I will mark off the injuries, the days for the injuries, for the players recovering and everything after I turn this off. But I want to thank you guys for coming out and enjoying the game with me. That is the Knights winning 6-1 as they are trying to catch the Gators in their division. The Comets take another loss, so they're going to have a harder time, but they were in 2nd place in their division. So I appreciate you guys joining me. Please hit that thumbs up, leave a comment below. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Joe Garland is a beast. Morgan Young having a great game on the mound as well. So again, I thank you, and have a great night.